The WestHealth emergency room and urgent care facility is temporarily closed as Allina nurses strike. Nurses walked off the job Sunday morning. Both Allina and WestHealth officials have been negotiating for months. Reporter Sonia Goins has more on what's causing the stalemate.
Monday, dozens of Allina WestHealth nurses walked the picket line. They say it's time for their voices to be heard. Both Allina and the Minnesota Nurses Association have been in contract negotiations for about 7 months, but the two sides can't seem to agree when it comes to holiday pay.
If the nurses are outside, there's trouble on the inside.
The WestHealth nurses say the holiday pay is a big issue. The healthcare workers are paid time and a half for Christmas and Thanksgiving, and they want the same compensation for holidays during the summer months.
We're the only emergency room department nurses that aren't getting holiday pay for the summer months, which is inexcusable in our opinion.
Allina officials say a contract settlement was previously reached and unanimously recommended by the union's bargaining team. However, they say the nurses union could not finalize that agreement.
They had a deal that they wanted us to present to the nurses, which included no holiday pay. The team brought that forward to the nurses group, who decided against that.
Allina officials say they can't believe nurses would do a work stoppage during COVID-19 when they are struggling with staff shortages. The WestHealth nurses are expected to be back on the job 7 a.m. Wednesday. In Plymouth, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
A Plymouth movie theater is back open this week after a shooting incident that happened late Friday night. Plymouth police are investigating what happened when someone walked into the lobby of the Imagine Willow Creek Theater on Friday night and fired 2 shots from a handgun. Police say no one was hurt and the lobby was nearly empty at the time. Police are interviewing witnesses and believe there are witnesses who know who the suspect is. Currently, police do not have anyone in custody. A Plymouth company is trying to inspire the next wave of innovation. Minnesota Rubber and Plastics broke ground last month on a project that will not only help it grow, but help its clients get products to the market faster. The Plymouth company has been around for more than 75 years, and now it has an ambitious expansion plan. As Corey Bork reports in this week's Business Matters, its work not only helped tackle challenges of the pandemic, but provides innovations for future generations.
We touch the lives of so many people in so many different ways.
At Minnesota Rubber and Plastics, workers mold products for a variety of industries.
This is the place where our material scientists and material engineers come to play.
Specializing in black rubber, liquid silicone, and thermoplastics.
After we mold a compound, or after we create a compound, the first place we take it is to this particular piece of instrument.
A place where these materials get prodded, pulled,
and we start stressing it and straining it against a wide variety of tensions.
And tested to their limits.
The diversity in what we get to do and the number of projects that we get to work on really makes this quite an exciting place to work.
Little did the company know that its limits would be tested by a pandemic.
We ramped up our production capabilities to help supply components that go into ventilators. So our customers that were making ventilators.
The company quickly evolved to make components for hospital ventilators, COVID testing kits, and products that dispense vaccines and antibody treatments.
All of these types of medicines pass through some form of our drug delivery or fluid connector type products.
Now, its attention is focused on the future.
It's really exciting here that we are at the forefront of new compounds that really can be used globally.
Jerry SCHMITZ is part of a team that creates seals on filters for clean drinking water.
Really, the water filtration market is really exploding into new technologies. They're using LEDs with UV to kill all the potential contaminants or organisms in there. So there's all kinds of new technologies that are happening, and some of those shapes of those seals are getting kind of complicated.
Dan McCardle plays a cutting-edge role in producing better fuel efficiency in vehicles. His next project is developing parts for engines in electric cars.
As a rubber and plastic manufacturer, there's even more of those types of components in those high-end electrical vehicles. And so whereas the legacy technology was very metals-based, we're positioned well as a rubber and plastics manufacturer for the next generation of vehicles.
and going on right next door, a $7 million construction project.
We're going to be investing in a world-class tool room.
One that, once finished, will help reduce product development from months down to weeks.
For us to be able to invest and give our employees new tools and capabilities for them to be more effective at their jobs, it's just a really exciting time for us.
For Business Matters, Corey Bork, CCX News.
Minnesota Rubber and Plastics has a wide range of clients, from well-known ones like Medtronic to New Brighton-based Wilson Wolf Manufacturing, which is currently working on cancer treatment systems. Members of Brooklyn Center's Hmong community came together to show they are interested in what happens to a piece of Brooklyn Center that's set aside for redevelopment.
Very near and dear to my heart what happens to the city. I have very many family members that are still here, kids that live here, and so I'm very vested in this project.
The Opportunity site is an approximately 80-acre site west of Highway 100 and east of Shingle Creek Parkway that the city has tagged for redevelopment. On Friday, members of Minnesota Zhejiang held a free event in Centennial Park to show their support for revitalization of the Opportunity site.
There's so many Hmong residents and Asian presence here in the city of Brooklyn Center. And so it's great because Minnesota Zhejiang, because we serve so many of the Hmong community members, we want to help draw those voices out as the city is changing, evolving. We want to make sure that, it's that Hmong people are included in that change.
The City Council adopted a master plan in June to help guide the project, and now they're in the public engagement part of that process.
The regular season for high school football ends this week. Week 7 featured a top 10 showdown locally between two Class 6A schools.
10th-ranked St. Michael Albertville football coming to Maple Grove to face the 3rd-ranked Crimson. STMA's Owen Neros throws deep to Riley Purcell. It's a 60-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter. Purcell adds the extra point, too. The Knights lead at 7-6 after 1. Second quarter, Maple Grove quarterback Jacob Kilzer on the option keeper. He gets some good blocking in this play and makes a good move himself to get to the end zone. The 28-yard touchdown, the Crimson are up 14-7 after a 2-point conversion. Third quarter, the Knights' Jared Bennett goes up the middle for a 6-yard touchdown run. STMA ties it at 17. That's the score after 3 quarters. But a big fourth quarter for the Crimson offense and running back Derek Jamison. His 2-yard TD run early in the quarter puts Maple Grove up for good. Middle of the fourth quarter, Jamison gets loose and goes for a 44-yard touchdown run. Part of a 207-yard rushing night for the senior. Maple Grove leads 31-17. Jamison scores his 4th rushing touchdown later from 23 yards out. Maple Grove improves to 6-1 on the season with a 38-17 win. The Crimson finished the regular season Wednesday night at Mounds View.
It's been a great turnaround season for the Park Center football team. The Pirates took aim at their 6th win in 7 games Friday.
Park Center football at home to face Richfield. First quarter, it's Marcus Freeman throwing to Chris Frazier, who makes a nice catch for a 28-yard touchdown, and it's 7-0 Park Center. Second quarter, Freeman drops a nice pass right into the hands of Joe Burgess for a score. 282 yards passing for Freeman in the game. The Pirates are up 14-0. Freeman throws for another score here on the quick pass to Ansa Kaba. Park Center now up 21-0 on the way to their 6th win. The defense does not allow Richfield to do much all night. Cuevas Hornsby throws the Spartans runner down for a big loss. Park Center adds one more score before halftime. Mark Haba scores in the short touchdown run. Park Center with 470 yards of total offense, and they win big 48-6.
Park Center finishes the regular season Wednesday at home against North St. Paul. While most of our local teams play Wednesday, a handful, including Osseo, Totino Grace, and Wayzata, are playing on Thursday. State tournament berths are on the line this week in prep soccer. The Hopkins girls will be shooting for the 2nd section title in the program's history.
Hopkins girls soccer at home Saturday in the Section 6-3A semifinals hosting St. Louis Park. First half and a nice move by Abby Hoyska to get free, and then she sends a pass to Charlotte Lee, who gets a quick shot off and beats the keeper for a goal. The Royals have a 1-0 lead. Elizabeth Norman on the corner kick here for Hopkins. Drives it out front where Avery Petty heads it. The Orioles defender tries to stop it, but she's in the net. It's a goal for Petty and the Royals. They lead 2-0 at halftime. Second half, Avery Shaw passes the ball to the front of the park net. Hoytska's shot deflects to Petty, who nets her second goal of the match here to make it 3-0. And Olivia Rivera posts a shutout in net as Hopkins wins 4-0. The Royals host Wayzata Tuesday for the Section 6 championship.
In addition to the Hopkins and Wayzata girls, there are several other local teams in the area playing for section soccer titles Tuesday night. That includes Park Center and Providence Academy in boys soccer, and Benilde St. Margaret's, Breck, Maple Grove, and Totino Grace in girls soccer. The state quarterfinals are scheduled for next week at neutral sites across the state. That's all for sports. I'm John Jacobson.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.